Well, Greg Madison just sang your praises, defensive line coach sang your praises. What have you done so far in the spring that's changed the way you're approaching that guard?
Yeah, I think the coaching change with Coach Warner coming in. We're learning some new techniques, some new styles of play. Just like little tweaks to fundamentals, but personally they've been paying off big for myself. And then when you watch the offensive line as a unit, we made some big strides this spring so far.
What was your first impression of Warner?
Well, I knew him a little bit from his days at Ohio State, so I guess I had a little bit of a hint of what was going on. But we've had a great relationship so far, and we've continued to have that. I think he's an excellent coach, and we've been working really well together.
What kind of challenges is it to have another new coach on the offensive line when you went from, obviously Fry was on the outside and everything, but Drevno, Fry, and now Warner? What kind of challenges does that pose? Yeah,
there's some challenges just from learning, what he expects, and there's different terminology that he's using for different things. But really, it's just you get to learn from three different guys and get three different opinions on everything. So for me, I've always looked at that as kind of a positive thing. Is that there's more than one way to do things. So if you get three different ways of how you can possibly do it, pick the one that works best for you, and you can go from there. So I'm really enjoying learning the new things right now.
Greg also said he thinks the toughness level has gone up too, and a lot of that is the linemen going up against the defensive linemen more than he said they've done in the past. How has that helped?
Yeah, I think we've just kind of, as an offense, gotten a little bit of a swagger this spring, I would say. Everybody's kind of got a little bit of an attitude, and I think we've been playing definitely a lot better than I've seen in the past. So we're making a lot of improvements as an offense in general.
What kind of attitude? What's the attitude?
Just a don't back down attitude, I would say now from the offense is just a chip on our shoulder. Like we weren't the strongest point on the team last year, and we kind of we're definitely very sick of hearing that. So we're done with that.
How often do you hear it? Has helped accentuate that?
What's that?
Has Ed Warner kind of helped accentuate that? Put the chip on your shoulder, get a little bit more of the swagger.
A little bit, but really it's more internal. A lot of the guys, we've just been driving that, and some of the older guys on the team, we've just been talking, and that we're just sick of being overlooked, and that we want to be able to put our stamp on games.
Did they ask you about moving to tackle, or has guard always been?
We're practicing just about every spot, so we're always moving around.
With the amount of turnover on the staff, does it feel like a fresh slate or a different feel to things in the offensive room this year?
Yeah, there really is. You're walking through the building, there's a lot of new faces, so I love it. I think it's a good kind of a little refreshment for everybody. So we're sad to see some people go, but there's some new people in here that definitely know what they're doing, and have had some great coaching success. So personally, I'm excited to have them, and I know that all the rest of the guys are too.
How much is that refreshing feeling play into your new swagger on offense?
I think it's helping. I think it's definitely helping. It's just like I said before, you have new coaches. There's different ways of doing things. So so far, I've just seen all of them as positives.
Torch, I think, was passed to you from Mason, and you're the old guy now. Really, are you kind of embracing that leadership?
Yeah, Juwan and I are kind of taking control, and John Runyon as well. We're the three experienced vocal guys. So.
Experience is better than old.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Exactly. I'm still young here. I'll tell my mom that. She's pretty upset that you guys are writing me down as a junior now. So just had to hear that last week. But no, we're taking control, and it's a great group. It's kind of more of just a steering rather than leading. Everybody's driving along with each other. It's just got to point the way.
Is Grant involved in that leadership role a little bit too, even though he can't get out there on the field?
Absolutely. Grant's been a vocal leader in our room since my freshman year, so his voice is always one that's very respected one in the room.
Is there any sort of inspiration you guys can take from seeing the work he's gone through over the last, year and a half working to get back?
Yeah, definitely. The biggest point for our O-line, I would say, was last year when we were in Dallas, and we were in the middle of practice, and all of a sudden, I think it was Mason that looked over, and Grant was running for the first time, and everybody just kind of stopped what they were doing, and just to see what he's gone through and the work that he puts in every single day. Behind closed doors, nobody really sees it unless you ask him or happen to run into it. But, I mean, he's definitely busted his ass to get to the point where he is today. So, you know, we love him, and he's a big part in our room.
How's Caesar doing?
Caesar's doing really well. Caesar's doing very well. He's growing up. He's learning the offense a lot better, making calls, being assertive. He's playing very physical this spring, so he's doing really well. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Is it helpful the fact that Patrick's still going to be around? Now he actually is in a coaching role there?
I mean, Pat was our coach last year too. You know, he was helping us all. But now that he's, you know, an official coach, it's definitely easier because you know, you just have that familiar voice. He knows he knows the guys very, very well. Obviously, he's played with all of us, so you know, he knows our strengths and weaknesses, and he can definitely help Caesar, you know, and the interior guys just on calls and different looks. So we're excited to have him. And I know Caesar's very excited to have Pat on the staff.
I know you're saying everybody's playing everywhere, but left tackle is pretty key this year. Who's felt comfortable to you there? I mean, who's playing?
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of had a little bit of a cycle, just teetering guys in, but you know, Juwan's been playing there, Chuck's been playing there, Runyan's been playing there. I think James Hudson's taken a few snaps at left tackle, so you know, everybody's doing a much better job than last year. I think our pass protection in general has gone up greatly, especially on the edges. You know, it's just a different thought process, and I don't know what exactly Juwan and Runyan and all those guys are doing differently, but it's definitely working.
Where have you seen Chuck make strides from that freshman fall?
Yeah, I mean, last year for him, it was just chaos, you know, just coming in and learning the entire playbook. So he's gotten more football savvy, I would say. You know, he's able to see blitzes before they come, things like that, make calls, you know, be assertive on the line. And then, I mean, his physicality was never an issue, but he's even improved that this spring too.
Keep on hearing about quarterback mobility with Shea and Brandon, Dylan. What does that change your dynamic at all? And if so, how does that kind of change the way you go about your job?
I mean, it makes it exciting for us because, I mean, you know, there's times, you know, one of us might get beat and then the quarterback can bail us out. So, you know, that's always a blessing as an offensive lineman to have a mobile quarterback. And then, you know, the fact that, you know, these guys can all run and throw, you know, it's just makes our lives a lot easier.
Do you get called for more holds when they have to?
Yeah, that's definitely something you got to keep in mind. Is you know, you got to learn how to deal with scrambling quarterbacks, and then you got to let go and just run with the guy. But we're making the adjustments this spring, and there hasn't really been too much of an issue with that.
Ben, you talked earlier about the offense feeling like you let down the team at times. I mean, did you get beaten down listening to social media people, fans, or was it you guys saying, "Look, we just didn't do our jobs"?
No, I mean, that really doesn't play a factor, and the social media part of the media and all that doesn't really matter. It's just, I mean, we're in the same locker room. We're all brothers in there, and you know, when the defense is busting their ass to make plays, and then we come up short, you know, it's just, you know, just let your family down. So that's what it really came down to for us.
Did you guys talk about it as a group offensive?
Yeah, definitely offensively. You know, we talked about it and said we can't keep letting these guys. You know, these guys are working real hard for us. You know, we got to pull our own weight now.
It's not just the line, right? I mean, you're talking.
Yeah, we had a big. It was just there was the culture of the offense this year.
Did you mentioned kind of refreshing feeling right with the new coaching staff? Did you guys need that? Was it, I don't know if stale is the right word, but did you feel like you needed some change to spark things?
I don't know if we needed it, but it's definitely helped this spring. You know, it's definitely sparked some new life into some guys, and you know, some guys are reacting to different coaches in different ways than before. So it's really been very beneficial for us so far.
Style-wise, does much change offensively, or is it just more of a?
Not really, no.
Attitude.
Attitude would be the big change for us.
One or two more for Ben, or time for one or two more?
You said you knew Warner before. I mean, were you impressed with what he did with the offensive line at Ohio State?
I was, yeah, definitely impressed. I mean, he was O-line coach of the year, if I'm not mistaken, and then you know, he's produced a lot of NFL talent and some great lines over there. So obviously, I'm not going to sing Ohio State's praise for that long, but he did a hell of a job. So I'm excited to have him here.
The offensive line under Ed Warner, how do you see it challenging the defensive line? If Greg Madison came in, there's hand-in-hand work there.
Yeah, it's just making us that much better. So you know, the offensive line is definitely improving, and I think the D-line's seeing that.